Where is T-Rex? T-Rex stayed home. Where is TK? Out another door. I don't think we've been out this one before. We've been here, but not in this exact... What is that? It snowed all night long. It just stopped. Snowmaking continues on the mountain, and I was just roused from bed with the sound of plows and such. You gotta love it when you wake up and they're out there clearing snow. About another half a foot of the fluffiest snow you can get last night at the resort here. And it's snowing all the way down to southern New England. Did they say it was going to snow in Massachusetts? Rain snow line coming to Cape Cod right now? No, they did not. They did say, though, don't trust anything in beyond those 2-day forecasts. And even that, I don't think we were expecting this 24 hours ago. What's happening in New England today is fascinating, and why not? There's just so much going on. I've been talking about 3 boundaries: subtropical boundary, southeastern United States; polar boundary right over southern New England; Arctic boundary right up here in northern Vermont. Would you mind if I shut this door? After all, somebody's going to pay the heating bill around here. Oh, condensation. How did that happen? Oh, yes, I had a request yesterday from Steve. He wants to know, what is wet bulb? He moved his Tempest to the roof. Way to go, Steve. And he's looking at all the data, and some of the data is called wet bulb, and that's a tough one. Wet bulb temperature is what happens if you put a moist resin on your thermometer and the air is dry enough that there's evaporational cooling, so latent heat taken out of the atmosphere by the evaporation causes the temperature to go down. So a wet bulb temperature is the temperature you would get when you're evaporating something on your thermometer. It's very difficult because the dew point is the temperature at which dew forms, or that condensation we just had right there. So the difference between wet bulb and dew point is complicated. They're both measures of humidity. So the dew point is always lower than the wet bulb, I think, pretty much, unless you're at 100% relative humidity. There's so much to talk about. Thanks for asking that question about wet bulb, because snowmakers really rely on the wet bulb temperature. If your temperature is about 38, but your wet bulb temperature is below 32, that would be probably a dew point down around 10. You can make snow with a temperature above 32 degrees if the dew point is lower. We're going to see some great highlights from the snowmaking team here in a minute, where it has been a fickle winter for sure. We've had close to 200 inches of snow here at Jay, and in southern New England, where it's snowing this morning, we've only had about 2 inches of snow. So there's a 198-inch snow gradient. Always talking about gradient. All right, so what's going on? Very fast flow up in the sky. It is getting colder by the hour here in northern Vermont. Starting the day at 16, we're going to finish the day at about 6. This is just sort of a glancing blow of some of the Arctic air that's going to be coming in over the next 5 days. So the cold air coming in right now is the reason it's snowing in southern New England. Then there's going to be a little wave going off to our south tomorrow. It may snow again in southeastern Massachusetts. This is another wild card, because the weather going off the southeastern United States tomorrow, ice happening right now. I think it's in Texas, winter storm warnings across the southeast. That low pressure is going to miss us for the most part to the south, but it's going to merge with the Arctic front that's coming through here Thursday into Friday, and we are going to get that super storm in the North Atlantic. We started talking about this about 9 days ago when we saw what happened in Asia with the record cold in China, and then that 940 low that formed there east of China. Well, I thought that maybe something like that would happen in the Atlantic, and it is, but it's happening pretty far away. Nevertheless, it does have impact here, because you get a 940-something low up there, and now it's a little closer than it was yesterday, and then the 1040-something high over New England, and that's a 100 millibar gradient. What is wind? Air moving from high to low pressure, and boy, you think it's gonna be bad in New England. Look at those isobars north of Maine. Wow, that's a blizzard off the scale. Northern Ontario, northern Quebec. That would be Saturday. So for us in the Northeast, this chill lifts out a bit, and we're getting much nicer weather here For tomorrow, Thursday is a warmer day, and each time the weather changes, we're going to get a little bit more snow. It's very unpredictable, but I would say another couple inches of snow here in northern Vermont as a warm front comes through tomorrow night, and then the cold front on Thursday night, that's going to be a few more inches of snow up here. So a lot of wild cards in the weather forecast. And then we all know about the polar vortex coming across southeastern Canada. Between that high and that low, upper level low is going to cause the North Atlantic low to kind of oscillate up there a bit. And it usually only lasts about 18 hours with these sort of Arctic hurricanes up in the sky that are coming through. But will we get to 5 below in Boston? I kind of doubt it, but that's what some of the guidance is saying. And then it warms up so fast to chance of rain or snow middle and later part of next week. So a very fickle weather pattern continues. Weather extremes are the normal. So you get a day that's 45 or 50, and then 5 days later you're at 0. You add them up and divide by 2, and that is kind of normal weather. Really fun travel day, yes. Well, it was kind of exhausting. You know, we were in California last week, surf weather, and I wanted some ski weather. So got in the car yesterday after I published the Out the Door, traveled north through some fascinating different weather, and it was just a stoke level 11 for TK when he got on the tram yesterday, and it was snowing. It snowed hard right into the evening, and I met some Snow Makers, and Andrew produced a fine video of the Snow Makers. It's award-winning, Andrew. Thank you. All this that's coming up is from yesterday, and Andrew's production met these nice young lady snowmakers on the tram yesterday. All right. See you tomorrow, or later today. We'll see. I got to do a new Jay post this morning. What respectable skier goes by Cannon Mountain without pulling in to take a few runs? Well, the weatherman that works for Jay Peak Resort. I love both of you guys just as much. You both have tram lines. There's DJ's tram line. Looks a little bit bony, but doable. Very different weather up here in the Notch. What was the name of that college we went to again? Oh, it doesn't exist anymore. But 36 years ago, 37 years for you guys, it was Linden State College, Dr. Fingerhut, Atmospheric Thermodynamics. 1,856 feet up in the Northeast Kingdom. It's wintertime.
Move 92.
Suddenly winter. I mean, like it's snowing and there's snow on the trees. Ran into snow coming out of Massachusetts into New Hampshire. But this is the first time we've had snow on the trees now. Closing in, I don't know, about maybe 15 miles to the destination. I think I'm supposed to be able to see the mountain by now. Looks more like a sky full of snow. Yeah, it's snowing. I started first thing in the morning in Weymouth, but made it. It's got wintrier and wintrier as we were riding up today. And it's wintriest in all of New England right now, right here. Yeah, stoke levels up to close to 11. All right, it's 11. Stoke level 11. My first time on the snow. Well, in skis anyway. 2023. It's been about 6 or 7 weeks. Everything's all white. I mean, really white. I mean, white, 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 white. Yeah. Snow God Stream and JFK. Let's do a random texture check. It goes down about this far before it hits anything. Took all of about 15 turns to find my own private stash here. It's a little tight, but here's another random texture check. All right. It's mostly penetrable. I would say that's probably the snow depth. 30 something, but not sure. Could be a really hard surface way down there. Like maybe a rocket sticks up, but you get the point. See? Yeah, I see. I see. More snow.
Saw the video. That's great. It's nice that they did that. Yeah. And there was a competition or something.
Yeah, we still found out that won. But we have the most views on our video.
Good.
What video is that?
They made us. It's the I Am a Snow Maker competition.
All right.
Yeah. There's a video about us.
That's great. What's your name?
Emma Gorgia.
Nice to meet you. Tim, the weatherman from the Snow Report.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah, I make videos too.
oh sweet. Yeah.
What's your name?
Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah,
Good
nice
to see you.
Jeff.
Just made it about 45 minutes ago from Boston.
Oh wow. Okay.
First run of the year.
Wow.
It was great. You guys are doing a great job. I can't wait to see the video. I'll link it with mine tomorrow morning on Surf Ski Weather on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Look for it. I'll check it out.
We were all involved with the Green Mountain Club in the caretaking program.
It's a conservation nonprofit with the goal being making the Green Mountains just as nice for the next generation as they are for the current generation.
As the Green Mountain Club season was coming to an end, we were all trying to figure out what we wanted to do next.
For conditions, for like snow quality, what stage everything's on.
There's something to be said for just having a good relationship with each other. You can kind of read each other a lot better, which makes communicating more effective.
Everything's unpredictable up there, and especially when it's colder, things happen so fast.
2 days before Christmas, it was nearly 40 degrees out, and we were like hanging out outside not working, and then Christmas Eve at 11 p.m. it was negative 25 with the wind chill at the top of the mountain. Within 2 minutes we were completely frozen, like barely able to move our jackets.
I've never really experienced a winter. I'm from Florida, so jumping just like fully in the deep end of walking around at midnight on a snowy mountain with you guys has been really, really cool, and it's been a very challenging and new experience.
Me and Emma have talked before how we both like entering male-dominated fields, just like to show that we can do the same thing as these guys can do.
I've been finding myself more and more in the last few years wanting to have experiences and jobs that challenge me and get me to push to the next level. And it's cool to keep seeing myself grow and learn new things and become stronger.
When I started, I had no respect for the hydrants, and I'm lucky I didn't break one. Been here 6 years. I've developed a respect for them, and I try to teach these guys not to break stuff that can possibly ruin the rest of their day.
It feels pretty epic when there's a beautiful day and it's just beautifully sunny and you can see all the mountains surrounding us at the beginning of our shift. And then we move into the night and the stars and moon are out shining and we're driving around and making snow, and it feels like we're kind of the little elves of the mountain.